The marching orders on AI seem to have come down from the publishing industry that this is something we all need to stand up and fight against. Now, the future is here. AI is here to stay already. And if you're on my Subscribestar, you're hearing the beautiful songs that I've been making with AI. You've seen some of the short stories I've written with AI. You've seen some of the images I've created in Midjourney with AI. It's going to get even crazier as we get into some consistent art that we'll be able to make some comics with it, and we'll also be able to make movies and animation with it very, very soon. It is really the last bastion of gatekeeping that's about to end here from the publishing industry and Hollywood being able to control things that are too expensive for the average person to make. Now, what is going to happen with this? A lot of people are going to just make their own content that's really not very good. We know this, but competent people who understand the craft of writing and understand how to do things are going to be able to make films, movies, video games, animation, comic books that they weren't able to do before because of cost. And it's going to accelerate storytelling by about 10 to 20x with the people who actually can competently do it. There's a lot of misnomers about how it all works and the like, and it's really, really silly because when you look at these anti-AI arguments out here that Brandon Sanderson and John Scalzi and Tom Taylor from DC Comics are going out, it's just all, they're throwing the kitchen sink at it, just trying to get it to stop. And it's all because they're a part of the mainstream establishment, and the mainstream establishment fears it. Because, look, if I can copy Brandon Sanderson's writing style and get a novel out in 2 weeks, oh my gosh, well, that doesn't help Tor books very much now, does it? No, it doesn't. Now, if I can do my own magic system and make this beautiful fantasy sort of thing into a film real quick, well, he can't do that through Hollywood, and so, with his contacts and everything that he's been attempting to do over the years, it kind of just brings down those gatekeeping establishment empires, and it really does level the playing field for everybody who does have competent ideas and competent storytelling available. Now, as I said, AI is kind of a misnomer, and John Scalzi will talk about that to some extent. Let's get into this news in just a moment as Brandon Sanderson's really, really going out there. He's made live streams about it. Now he's going on TikTok with a bone to pick with AI. Let's talk about this in the science fiction and fantasy news, the real fantasy news here, my friends. Please hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things in sci-fi and fantasy. I want you to sign up for my newsletter, guys. I have a new trilogy about to come out that's a beautiful science fiction deal. I wrote it all myself. There's no AI involved in that. I actually had a guy hand paint the covers. quite the opposite. I do everything, and that's the beauty is I can enjoy and do AI stuff, and I can do my personal stuff as well, and it doesn't actually take any more time. It just allows me to get more ideas out there. Now, I'm going to be crowdfunding this very soon, and I think this is some of the best science fiction that's been out in years, and I don't want you to miss it. So if you like science fiction, fantasy, if you like what things used to be before the gatekeepers of the left kind of took over everything, I think you're really going to enjoy this. Grab this newsletter today. You get a free science fiction book, a free fantasy book, and a free graphic novel, all from me. It's a $50 value just for staying in touch. Thanks for being here. It's in the description below. And if you do want to check out my books, they are also in the description below as well. And it is something that I would love for you guys to support our channel. Thanks for being here. All right. So, yeah, AI just gets a lot of people all in a tizzy fit. And they're all over the map about it. It's something that's they're going to take away all the jobs. It's going to be a disaster. And then it's it's so incompetent. It's just useless. It's well, you can't be both at the same time. Because if AI was incompetent and useless, there's nothing to fear on that level, right? And this is all emotional reactions all the way around. I got into a little bit of a tiff because some people were going at me over having fun with AI and go, he's a grifter. He doesn't really care about the arts and all that. I'm like, no, I actually just want to tell more stories, and I don't have time to do certain things. And you can use it for very interesting matters. And I'm looking at it right now. This is pretty fun. I have a bunch of comic books, for example, and I can convert those to novels for my novel readership using AI with an adaptation of the comic book I've already made. So that's a pretty neat thing that was not, and vice versa. I can make my novels and have it adapt it into comic scripts. And again, then I don't have to spend my time doing that. It's like getting a co-writer who's competent, who can follow directions of your outline, and we'll turn things in on time. You still have to edit it quite a bit, and there's a lot to do there on that level to make up to professional levels, and that's my job as an author, to make sure everything I do and put out is up to professional levels. So it's really, really interesting, all these cool things that it can be done with things that weren't able to be done in the past, and it's very, very sad to watch people go out there and throw fits about it. Now, what's interesting too is like half of what I do on AI, or even more of it, is stuff that's really not commercially viable, but it's just stuff I'm having fun doing. I'm making a Star Trek rock opera where every track is a single episode of Star Trek, which I've written the lyrics for, and then I build into song form. That's not commercially viable or some sort of grift or anything like that. I'm just doing it for my own fun, and that's cool too. These are things that can't be done before, and of course, I'd never be able to buy a band for 60. How many episodes of Star Trek? 79 songs, 79 episodes of Star Trek, and actually do that and build that. Because, what would that cost me to get done? Like, even if I go on Fiverr for a cheap band that's not very good, I'm still at the point where it would cost me thousands and thousands of dollars to get that done. Now I can do it for my own edification, and that's it. So what's Brandon Sanderson say this time about AI? He's got a bone to pick with AI. Of course, he says people use AI for all sorts of interesting things. Yes, exactly what I'm talking. Right. My stance is, as I've said, before a little against it. In creative endeavors. So this is pretty interesting. Why is he, by the way, it's interesting to see the guy who's got his own film crew, got his own assistant team, got his own editorial team, got his own promotional team, got his own art marketing department, who's got like a walking through some sort of giant office, which I guess is his company or whatever, with professional microphone equipment going, don't use AI for anything creative, people at home. And it's like, what? Like, I wish I had access to all that. You know what? Set me up with all of that full team of people and pay for it, Brandon Sanderson, and I won't use AI for any of this stuff. How about that? It's just like, you want to check your privilege is what it is. A lot of people are saying I'm an AI artist. Yes, because I'm putting in the prompts, and that's it. Again, intelligent people can disagree, but let me show you something. This right here is beautiful. Okay, so he's got some nice sketch artwork right here. Again, I could replicate that in AI pretty easily, and I probably don't have the funds for a sketch artist to put into all my books like all this stuff. If I wanted to do a premium edition of The Stars Entwined or for Steaming Country, this would be a valid way to use AI to do it because, oh my gosh, it would cost way, way too much to get done. And while it's great that you can afford that and afford somebody to do that, there are those of us who cannot, and that makes a lot of sense for us to do so. So this is pretty silly. This is, again, it's taking my job sort of thing. And he's got this. It's basically, look at this. It's a promotion of his own book with a professional film crew and professional scripting that went into all this before everything else. And again, it's just like trying to gatekeep access to it because of this whole deal. Now, John Scalzi, back in the day, before they got their marching orders, used to brag about AI. Here it is. Google's AI Bard has read my new book and liked it, which means that when the upcoming AI uprising happens, I've totally gotten in. He's happy with his AI and how they just gave him a little puff piece of it. But now he's got his marching orders. One of the biggest problems of AI is that it's not an industry term of art, it's a marketing term. And this is something they're saying a lot lately, that companies chuck about and make it seem like they're on the cutting edge. Some of what's called AI is useful, some of it less so, and a lot is badly designed to use case. So this is a AI is not really intelligent, and it's not. An LLM predicts patterns and things like that, but you have to do the inputs, and if you do not input something that's coherent, that's a good idea, that's a fruitful idea, that is unique, you're going to come out with something that's not. It is very true. So it does take a human operator, an AI artist, one might say, Brandon Sanderson, to do things the right way to make this actually work. And this is pretty funny. That he can do this. And so, again, he's talking about this guy going and pushing very hard pieces of art. This guy worked. I directed it myself. And he's claiming, well, that doesn't make me the artist. It does make you the director or the producer or what's going on right now. And you know what? You doing that with an artist just took a lot more time than me doing it with Midjourney real quick, and it's the same thing, correct? And when I put that in my book, it's no less valid than you putting your friend's piece of art that you can afford into your books. That's pretty ridiculous. And on another front, we have Tom Taylor from DC Comics, the guy who created Gay Superman, posting this weird video on AI. And, so this one is like, you're not a real artist with AI. Oh, I'm the real artist, right? And this one is like, AI is too stupid to even matter, right? If it's too stupid, why are you whining about it? And then the third one, like I said, they're doing everything to just see how it sticks. This one here is talking about environmental racism. I'm dead serious. They combine those two. So you've got global warming racism coming from AI. I don't know how that's racism, but this is what DC Comics artist or author Tom Taylor is posting as well. So they're literally just saying, they're taking the premise, if you want to make this a prompt, AI is bad, and then coming up with reasons afterwards that AI is bad rather than anything else. And the real reason is what I said at the beginning of the video. It's gatekeeping. These people all have their corporate establishments. Tom Taylor knows that the minute that somebody can make comics with AI, somebody like me is going to make better comics than him. I already do, and I pay my artists very nicely as well. So this is not an either or sort of thing. But it's a lot easier for me to get a situation where if you look at Marvel and DC Comics, they come out with Tom Taylor's probably got 3-4 books monthly coming out. That's hard to compete with on an indie level. I can work on a couple books at a time, maybe get a couple books a year out and actually pay for that. But that's not, I don't have the corporate resources of Disney, right? Brandon Sanderson, I don't have the corporate resources to have artists on staff to be doing sketches for these little book interiors and all this stuff like that. So it does level the playing field quite a bit. And I think Hollywood, especially the big money makers, are knowing that when this comes and I can actually make my own movies with my own scripts, that this is going to really upend this entertainment industry where these guys have been gatekeeping for all these years. So there's a reason that all the gatekeepers are on the same page and that they all have arguments that are all over the map and really don't make sense at the end of the day. They know that their time is coming to an end because this was all artificially propped up to begin with, guys. None of these guys I just mentioned here, Brandon Sanderson, John Scalzi, or Tom Taylor, are the best of the best writers out there anyway. These guys are all mid, and they always have been, and they were propped up by the mainstream industry with huge dollars that made it so that it all got in front of you. Everything that's popular is fake and contrived. It's not organic in the least, and that is something that, all the pretenders are getting really mad at because everybody else has this at their fingertips coming very, very soon. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Sign up for my newsletter in the description below. Get 3 free books, guys. I have some awesome stuff coming out. If you want to grab my online bookstore, that's in the description below. And my Subscribe Star has a bunch of the AI music, including that Star Trek rock opera I mentioned as we're posting those. And we'll be doing probably a couple tracks a week. I don't have a ton of time. I got to write my own books too, my friends. But it is stuff that is a lot of fun that I wouldn't be able to do 2 years ago.